Well, Ryan Anderson went live tonight, and I'm going to show you a few snippets. On the first one, we're going to see him talk about the story of how he lost his job and how much that he liked his job. And, well, let's just get into it.
First left, I was abusive, and they announced it to the world. Ryan's abusive, and my lawyer shut that shit down. Boom. And they had to change the story up and whatever. So they had to change that story up because that wasn't flying. And I remember my ex told my mother, like, well, Ryan's going to lose his job now when that abuse article came out. And my mom was like, is that what you want? Told her, is that what you want? And no response. Well, they finally won this time. And they finally won on something that, like, I really enjoy doing. Like, damn, I love my job, guys. But the school protected themselves, so I can't say that it was her. I can't say. So it's whatever.
So next, Ryan talks about the fact that, okay, you got me fired. It worked. And he says, now you're going to have to deal with the consequences, because he insists that the job was one of the reasons he didn't spill the tea, because he didn't want to put it all out there and then get the consequences of them trying to get him fired. But now that he's fired, he has nothing to hold back. Let's look.
Well, it worked. And now y'all got to deal with the consequences of that. Okay? Because my job kept me from saying anything. My job protected y'all. Like, my job protected y'all, protected her. I just think it's funny, you know. I think it's just, how did they not piece that together? Anyway, all right, y'all remember my last live where one of my lives, I was throwing pictures out, shit like that. I was throwing my pillows and everything. It was funny. I actually got a text from you-know-who and said, did you really throw out our pictures? All sad. I thought that was hilarious. Did you really throw out our pictures? Oh, I thought that was funny. She really did do that. I have text and she knows it. But no, the TMZ article didn't help my job. Number one, didn't help. But I mean, like, that was a private conversation. I've already apologized for that. Is what it is. I haven't called him a bad name since. I mean, whatever. But that was hate towards one person. I've already explained that whole situation. But hashtag scrumptious. Hashtag scrumptious. No straight man in their right mind says scrumptious. Number one. Number one. Never happens.
So next, you're going to hear Ryan talk about the billboard. Now, at first, he says, I would never be okay with the billboard, no matter who it was about. It has nothing to do with the fact that it had to do with Gypsy. And I just don't think he grasps what the billboard was supposed to represent. I just don't. And we've reached out to him and asked him to talk to us, but clearly he's not going to do that. So hopefully someone that I spoke to will give him a message, because he thinks we were attacking Gypsy, and that's not what it was about. So let's listen in.
Look, guys, I saw somebody, I will never, all right, let me clear one thing up with my marriage and my relationship with my ex. I will never, people are mad at me for falling in love with her, okay? People are mad at me for falling in love with her and saying I'm always protecting her. I'm protecting my mental health. I'm not protecting her. All right. The billboard, I had so many people message me. The billboard was awesome. Billboard was awesome. I love the billboard. If y'all had done that billboard to anybody in the world, I'd have said it was wrong. It just happened so that it was my ex-wife. But if y'all had done that to anybody, I don't care, Joe Blow down the street, if you'd have done that to her, I would be like it was wrong. And I had so many people be like, you can't even talk about it. Da, 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 da. I have more right to talk about that than y'all do. I mean, I hate to say that. I have more right to talk about it than anybody, except for that camp. I mean, I just love people. You have no right to speak on it. I mean, I do love the fact that we live in a country that freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. All right? You can do that. All right? Billboard, you can do it. Good for you. Happy that you can. But if it would have been to anybody, I would have said it was wrong. That's just my moral beliefs. It was wrong. Just so happens that it happened to be a billboard for my ex-wife. Do I think it's funny that Christy in the show said, I wanted to get a billboard where it said, you are not the father? I think it's kind of funny that Gypsy was the one that got the billboard. I think that's friggin' hilarious. that karma got them on that, you know. But, you know, I just think it's wrong to say somebody's unfit to be a mother. I just think it's wrong. Y'all can hate me for that, but I've never changed my morals, and I'm not going to change it just because of the person the billboard was about.
Now, this final portion of video that I'm going to show, Ryan is talking about how he's not protecting Gypsy, but that he was in the past, and that she considered him her protector, which we've heard her say. He also spills a little bit of tea and says that Gypsy has drank before, which we kind of knew. That just shows what a good liar and what a good show she can put on. And this is exactly why, Gypsy, we don't believe a freaking word you say. Let's listen to Ryan.
I'm not protecting her. You know, did I used to protect her? Yeah, I did. I did. You know, she considered me her protector. And I did. She was my wife. I would have protected her. I would have. But now I'm not protecting her. She's living her own life. She's getting drunk on TikTok Live, which I wouldn't do. But more power to her if that's what she wants to do. But I will say this. That was not her first drink of alcohol. And I know that for a friggin' fact. So